What do you do with that tongue? What's up, guys? It's Josh and Lucas at the Venice location here with the Josh and Lucas show.
Hey guys.
Been a minute. We finally got a chance to get us both together. We got some records, some tasty licks to go over with you guys from the Venice store. Starting off here with a classic, Green Day's American Idiot. This one is a brand new sealed, great holiday gift. It's $39.99. That's a classic double album. Debatably, some people say their best album.
Honestly, I might. It's between that and Nimrod for me personally.
Yeah, it's for me. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
For me, the top three: Nimrod, Dookie, and American Idiot. And I change my order every so often.
That's
it's
fair.
whatever I'm in the mood for.
That is fair. But next up here, we got Bob Marley and the Wailers. And this one is, I believe this one's Burnin'. Burnin's the name of this one. And we got $32.99 on it.
And that's brand new sealed.
Really trying to build up the reggae and stuff here in Venice. Because I want to have a selection like we do in our Sarasota store.
And we're always trying to build both.
Yeah, absolutely.
And next here we got Sublime's self-titled, a classic album. And this one's brand new sealed, $39.99. Actually, one of my buddies, his uncle's the one that tattooed this.
Oh yeah,
back.
that's right. I remember you telling me about that. Yeah, that's really cool. And next up here, we've got Spirit Phone by Lemon Demon. This is a really cool, kind of 2010s, electronic album. Guy that's been around for a little while now. And, was actually the guy, same guy that started with the, the Harry Potter, puppet show.
Oh,
back in
that's
the
that
day.
guy. Okay, yeah.
That was that guy. And
Oh
that was
my
his
God.
own YouTube channel. And then he eventually started, a full music project, which was Lemon Demon. And so, he still does some, kind of humorous songs. He's got some definitely more serious stuff as well, but he's got a lot of, that same humorous electronic type stuff in his music. So, this one's definitely a really cool one. And we've got $38.99 on this one.
And that one's brand new sealed. And next year, this one is a vintage sealed, but it's a classic.
Yeah.
C is for cookie. Vintage sealed. Can't
Yeah.
complain with that.
Yeah, this one is an original press, I believe from 1974. And, still in the plastic and everything.
This is $19.99. That's just too cool not to.
Yeah, exactly. That was one that I came across and I was like, no way. Especially the fact that it's still sealed, Next up here, another classic, Gorillaz, Plastic Beach. This is one of my favorite Gorillaz albums. We got $44.99 on this one. This is the one with Rhinestone Eyes would be the really big hit off of it. But a lot of other really good songs on here too. I mean, the title track, Plastic Beach is really good. It's awesome Gorillaz album.
I love the imagery on that one too.
Yeah.
That's my favorite artwork on any Gorillaz album.
Yeah, especially with them on the back as pirates and all that.
There's just such a whole aesthetic to the album I love.
Yeah, absolutely.
And next year we got Queen, News of the World. And this one is half-speed master, so it's got some good audio quality to it. It's $30.99, $30.99. You can't go wrong with Queen. Some of the kings of classic rock right there.
Yeah, honestly, the queens that are kings.
Yeah, the queens that are kings.
And next up we've got Foo Fighters. I believe this is their self-titled. I believe it's their debut, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, so Foo Fighters classic debut here, and this one's $24.99.
It's brand new sealed.
Most of these are brand new sealed for the most part, but we got a couple cool used ones like the Cookie Monster, and I've got some other cool prog rock albums coming up here as well.
And next year we got A Day to Remember for those who have heart. And this was their sophomore album, their second one. And it's on colored vinyl. Let's see what it says. It's on Pink Splatter, the indie exclusive. It's a sealed. It's $29.99. It's a great album. My personal favorite Day to Remember album.
And then we've got The Cure. Cure 17 Seconds is the name of this one here. I know that's one of their more popular albums, and this one's $28.99.
That's brand new sealed. And here you have my favorite Bowie album. Ziggy Stardust. It's a fantastic album. The best album of 73 in my opinion. This one is $28.99. Brand new sealed. Can't go wrong with Ziggy Stardust.
Yeah, no, I'd have to say also my favorite Bowie album there. Not an unpopular take.
No.
But it, like, for a reason, you know? Next up, here's one of those cool used prog rock albums that I was telling you about here. This one's called Campo de Marte. It's actually an Italian prog rock band, although this pressing particularly is an Argentinian press, which is kind of interesting. An Italian band, you'll see like all the writing on it's in Italian and everything, but this particular pressing is from Argentina. So really weird combo of things. You'll see it's kind of got the flimsier kind of cardboard on it and everything, but it's some pretty insane stuff. If you're into a lot of the like Emerson, Lake and Palmer and Yes, and like a lot of those like crazy jam type prog rock bands from the 70s that just do all kinds of stuff with like the keyboards and then the like guitar solos that just erupt and go crazy and then goes into those quiet moments with like flutes and all that, like this album is definitely for you. It goes all over the place and just takes you on a nice little journey through it, you know? Honestly, when I first saw this cover, I did not know like what the hell I was getting into. I was like, this could be anything, and I threw it on and certainly wasn't expecting that. It really blew me away when I heard this record for the first time. But we do have $59.99 on this record. Obviously, little on the pricier end, but it's a pretty rare piece that you do not see too often.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always a great feeling when you put on a record you're not familiar with and it just like blows you away.
Yeah, oh yeah, I was like...
That's part of the best part of collecting music.
Yeah.
Next year we have Lana Del Rey, Born to Die. And this one is brand new sealed. It's $31.99. You can't go wrong. Everyone loves Lana Del Rey. Great Christmas gift there.
Right. And then next up we've got Garbage, No Gods, No Masters for $24.99.
That's brand new sealed. And next here we got Pink, I'm Not Dead. And then this one is on pink vinyl. Very fitting. This is my second favorite Pink album. Who Knows and You in Your Hand. Just two absolute bangers. This is brand new sealed. It is $33.99. A great album.
And then next up we've got Alanis Morissette, Jagged Little Pills. This is brand new sealed, and we've got $28.99 on that one there. Honestly,
that's her most iconic album.
Yeah, this is her really.
That's the one that this album she wrote about the guy who played Joey in Full House.
Oh yeah,
she was dating him, and then they broke up, and this was like the breakup album created from that.
Yeah, wasn't it what John Stamos? Is that him?
I don't remember his name.
I think Stamos was that. I don't know the Full House cast like well enough to know all of them, but I know it was like Bob Saget and John Stamos. I think Joey was Stamos.
And next here we have My Chemical Romance, 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge. Their second album, an absolute classic. This one is $28.99, brand new sealed. I mean, you really can't go wrong with this. Like, this and Black Parade are just two albums that are just absolute masterpieces of the emo scene. You just can't go wrong.
Then next up, we've got another one of the cool pre-played prog rock records here. This one's called Jade Warrior. It is a self-titled album. This it's really interesting. The way I explain it to a lot of people is it's sort of like, imagine if Emerson, Lake and Palmer, instead of being as into classical music, because, you know, those guys are like really big classical nerds, instead of being as into that, they're more into like a lot of Eastern type of music. So there's a lot more like the tabla type drums in there and those like very Eastern flutes and like, you know, a little bit of like sitar and stuff like that. And that, like, obviously you can see there's like the Japanese writing on everything. So there's a lot more like Eastern influence, but actually even the vocals are very similar to Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Like they sound, even the singing styles, very similar. So that's usually the way I describe it. If you're into Emerson, Lake and Palmer, there's a good chance you'd definitely be into this one as well. But this one you've got $19.99 on, and I love the album art on this one too. It's just super cool. That's what made me listen to it in the first place, was just this album art. I was like, oh, that's got to be something awesome.
Yeah, Jade Warrior is a band that's always stuck out with me just with artwork. Like, their artwork's just killer.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely killer.
Exactly.
Next here we have a fantastic record. The Wombats proudly present a guide to love, loss, and depression. Or desperation, I'm sorry. And it is a great album. It's brand new sealed, $39.99. Some great songs like Kill the Director, School Uniforms. My personal favorite is Let's Dance to Joy Division.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Absolute great album. I highly recommend.
Then next up we've got Everclear, the best of. So just all the classic Everclear stuff on here.
Yeah, there's some covers on there too. Some real good covers.
Yeah, which ones? Oh yeah, I Won't Back Down by Tom Petty. There's Van Morrison's Brown Eyed Girl is on there. Yeah, there's some good. Every Breath You Take by the Police is on there. There's some really good covers.
And their versions are real good.
They are. Yeah, they do a good job of them.
And this one's on colored vinyl.
Yeah.
It's cool with yellow with black splatter.
Yeah, this one is a really cool looking one. But yeah, that's $32.99 on that one.
And next year we have a twofer. We have both part 1 and 2 of Use Your Illusion by Guns N' Roses. And they're $44.99 each. And what can you say about Guns N' Roses Use Your Illusion? They're great records. And after Appetite for Destruction, this is the next best one.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
some great music.
No, my favorite's the Spaghetti Incident. And next up, we've got Death Cab for Cutie. This one is, I think this one's a.
It's Keys and Codes. I believe.
Oh, Codes and Keys.
Codes and Keys. Had it backwards.
Yeah, but yeah, Codes and Keys by Death Cab for Cutie here, and that one's gonna be $34.99 on that one. So that's a cool one there.
And next here we have the Cranberries to the Faithfully Departed. And this is the deluxe edition. It is $45.99. It's got like a bunch of bonus demos recorded in 1995 on it. This is actually the second time it's ever been available on vinyl, is this pressing. Otherwise, it's the original press, which those are few and far between and very expensive. But this was a nice, accessible copy. You get brand new sealed. Don't gotta worry about anything. It's a great record. I mean, the Cranberries is one of those fantastic 90s bands that they're finally putting some of that stuff back on vinyl. It's been so hard to get. A great band.
And next up, we've got a really cool one here. This one's called The History by Cradle. This one, it's a live album, and actually the band's only album they ever put out, at least under the name Cradle. It's actually an all-female psych rock band from the late 60s, which is a pretty rare thing, you know? I mean, it's honestly pretty rare to find all-female led bands just in general, you know, and especially a psych rock band from the 60s. That was very rare for its time. I mean, you really only had, you know, like Jefferson Airplane and, you know, like Janis Joplin at the time, which were really only the lead singers. The rest of them were men, you know?
Yeah, and Velvet Underground had Nico.
And they had Nico, of course, yeah. But, you know, she wasn't even, they didn't even make her like a permanent fixture of the band either, you know? So it's like, it's
I
not.
think she's the best part of the band.
Yeah, that's valid. That's very valid. But either way, it's very rare you see an all-female led band like this, but super talented. Like, I fell in love with this record when I first listened to it. It's like, you know, it's got that perfect mix of like psych and just kind of like that little like touch of blues in it and everything. And it's a really cool record, really well done. Like, all the members of the band are really talented, you know, and it's cool that they're like, were women at that time that were able to like even have the access to like be able to learn how to play guitar that well and stuff like that, you know? So really, really good album. It does, interestingly enough, this pressing, it's on a purple vinyl. I don't think it specifies on here, but it's on a really pretty, like, purplish blue vinyl. It also plays at 45 speed, which is interesting.
Oh, so they got the better... When you play at 45 speed, you can get better sound quality in the grooves. So
Right,
real
exactly,
good.
exactly. So it's always nice for audiophiles as well. And this, I believe, it is really hard to find other pressings of this one as well. Because I think it's only really the first press is outside of this one. There may have been one that was done in like 2010-ish or so, but I believe it's really only this one, because I know they did try to rebrand it, because they honestly, they weren't super successful back in the day, because you know, because they were women, you know, and that wasn't really very popular. But some really great stuff on this record. Like I said, I fell in love with it, you know, even like aesthetically, it's just super cool, you know. An awesome piece of like 60s psychedelia right there.
And next here we got another great psych album, Velvet Fog. They're self-titled from 1969. They finally reissued it just recently. There's a limited edition reissue of only 750 copies. It's brand new sealed. It is $38.99. It's on colored vinyl. It's like a cool like aqua like mix. But it's very very like pretty and bright.
Yeah.
Very very fun album, and they actually cover some cool stuff. Like they cover the Bee Gees' New York Mine Disaster 1941, which is my favorite Bee Gees track.
Yeah.
So it's a real cool album. If you like 60s psych, it's a hard one to find.
Yeah.
Glad they finally reissued it.
Yeah, because it got pulled from shelves very quickly when it
'Cause
first
the-
came out because of the nudity
Yeah.
on the cover and everything. But it's
As many albums in the 60s were.
right. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's cool. It's got a lot of those like just kind of like spooky like organ parts and stuff like that. You know, it's a cool one. And the next one, or our last one that we have here, another used one here. This is from the band Charlie. Charlie with 2 E's at the end. This is a really interesting record. It is still in the psych rock category, although a little less
A little
psyche
more
than some.
prog, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah. Not as psyche as some other stuff, and it's definitely got that blues touch to it more than any of the other psych stuff we've talked about here. But it's got some really cool ones. I mean, the opener track's called Wizard. Do I need to say anything more
No,
than that? Like,
absolutely.
it's badass, you know? There's
Yeah.
a lot of just, like, badass jams. That was one of the things that struck me the most about it was the guitar playing. There's some pretty, like, their guitar player can shred.
Yeah.
You know, there's some pretty intense shredding throughout the album, which is just really cool.
This one's a first pressing, and it's $59.99.
Yeah, $59.99 on that one.
And that's everything we have for you guys today. Thank you for tuning in to the Josh and Lucas show. Hopefully we'll do more pop-up ones coming in the future. Hope you guys have a great day and a happy holiday season if we don't see you sooner. And yeah, stop on in any store. We're open, both stores are open every day 11 to 4. And Thursdays for the holidays we're open 11 to 7. So if you can't make it during the day normally, we have those extended hours for you. And yeah, hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for tuning in.
Happy holidays!